Hey. Were you just pissed that Jen was like, and then Danielle's just a distraction?
Yeah. She said that like 5 times, and then I was just like ready to walk over.
And she meant because it was your blonde hair, not because you were sitting there, but because you're the most beautiful girl in the house.
She said that seriously like 5 times. Just act like she's nothing. Like,
That's why I don't ever stop. I mean, even like we're okay now, but even in the ring girl, I haven't seen that much camel toe since I was in Egypt with the pyramids.
Funny. So funny. You did such a good job. That was so much fun. It was such a fun day.
See, but I do stuff like that, and I just see Kel over the side, like, I can like hear from like half the yard away.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like fucking relax, man.
I do not like her one bit on Slop because she is just.
Where is she?
Upstairs sleeping. Jen said I was up there talking to Kale or whatever, just because Kale was up there and she's like a mess. So I just went up there. Are you okay? Whatever.
Mess.
She is. She's horrible. And then Jen walked up there later, and Jen's like, "So what are you gonna do today?" Kale's like, "I'm not getting out of bed."
First time she's ever been short with me.
Last week on Slop, she was in bed constantly. You were in bed a lot too.
I go, "Can you count?" And she just looks at me and goes, "I can't count." And I'm like, "What?"
I think some of that
I can't think.
An act too.
Really?
I think partially, yeah.
But the thing is,
her being away sleeping isn't an act.
My rash was an act, and now it's gotten worse. Sometimes when you think things, and make them up in your head controls so much of your body. You can't,
I'm really looking forward to seeing her on a week on Slop before the HOH. And this is, of course, assuming that, which I have been all week, that I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
But she's going to be a fucking disaster. And you know how nervous she got last week? She's going to be shitting her fucking pants. She's going to go in there and ask for some adult diapers. She's going to be a fucking mess. And you know what? Good.
I can't believe you can't hear the slapping of the table out here.
It's those double pane windows. That's why fucking Mikey always tries to leave the door cracked open so he can hear. He thinks he's so sneaky, man. He's like the worst sneak in the world. I already am planning
my speech if I get HOH, frame him up. I'm just going to say your strategy's so paper thin, and Kale, you're up because yours is so tight-lipped. Hopefully this will challenge Mike to think better, and hopefully this will challenge Kale to let some of her things go.
Yeah, what a turn of events would it be if I got HOH next week? Oh, matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to put Jen up. I think I'll put Kale and Mike up.
Nobody's going to put Jen up.
No,
if she puts Zach up, nobody but you would probably put Jen up. Really. You should seriously talk to her about that because you're like the only person who's like she's a real threat to.
I think enough people have talked to her about it, and I think if it's bombarded, it's going to look like a setup.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk to her. I can't even look at her.
When I came up with this idea,
she's so rude to me.
You fucking jumped out of your skin, man. His eyeballs popped out of his head.
I said, if we think hard enough, where there's a will, there's a way. And everyone was like, no. I'm like, there's an idea, and I just can't think of it.
Yeah, it's like, you got to give it a shot. And the way things have kind of like transpired, and even, I think that, I'm not trying to take credit where credit isn't due, but I think that talk that I had with her really kind of set the fucking base for that thing.
It did. I said that from the moment, yeah. The moment you told me to talk about you and I set the base, everyone, it's like a pyramid. You build it up slowly.
That's right, and everybody's been backing it up. And I think what would set the topper is, has Jamaica talked to her already?
A little bit, but Jamaica never mentioned Zach's name. But she always knows who Jamaica's like kind of referring to.
Well, I also think that it's very, very obvious that somebody in this fucking group is talking to somebody over in that group because the way that Zach has like done this about face. And I know Jamaica talked to him, but he's being nice to you too.
I know.
And that's bullshit. There's a fucking leak, man. Somebody's talking and trying to save their ass.
Who?
Justin was up there all night long.
Justin.
I don't know.
Because I don't think it would be Amber. Lord knows it's not me and it's not you. It's not Jessica.
I don't know. Amber was so freaked out too that she might, who knows, she's so goddamn emotional. Amber and Dustin they were seeming awfully kind of confident and hugging and all this bullshit. And I even said, you guys should really kind of chill out with all of that because all you're doing is just like, whoop.
Yeah.
You guys are the tightest alliance in this fucking house, even more so than the four.
Yeah.
And and Amber's just like, you don't need to tell me that. And I'm like, sorry, pretend I said nothing, and I just walk inside. She came and apologized to me, but she's too emotional, man. She wasn't even on the fucking block when she was a mess for 2 days. She was a mess for 2 days when she was on the block. How's she going to be when Justin goes up on the block?
What Jen did, though, too.
I understand to a certain extent, but...
Yeah, but I don't know.
She was the one sitting out here going, I expect to be on the block next week, and I'm good with it because I was on the block last week, and I know how it feels, and it's no big deal. And she's just like a goddamn mess. She's way worse than either me or you. I mean, when you were still on the block and you didn't have POV, I mean, she was
wasn't a mess.
No, that was my point. As you weren't and she was.
You're a little touchy because you're hungry.
No.
I know,
Actually,
I'm getting grouchy.
Yeah,
I really am. I'm so hungry.
You don't like oatmeal? Is that just what it is?
It doesn't taste like oatmeal to me.
Even when you put so much brown sugar in it?
Well, when Amber makes it with like tons of honey and brown sugar, it's okay, but like I can only have a couple bites of it because it's so much,
Why don't you guys ask for a blender instead of those little things? That way you'd be able to blend up that slop stuff and like add stuff to it and, make it kind of like a, I don't know, shake or something and really dilute it.
I was hoping that we'd get another break because last time it was every like third day and today was day 3. So it was
Amber
like by
got
now.
A break.
Well, yeah, but...
And with whatever this sinus thing is, it's kind of getting a couple people.
It's getting around.
You're going to be susceptible.
How goddamn cold it is in there.
I think it's cold, and I think they haven't changed the filters yet.
We're always freezing.
And I turn up the heat, and Mike turns it down to fucking 60. And I wake up shaking. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Can I give you a couple words of advice?
What?
People are starting to talk about the fact that, like, you don't do anything around the house.
Me?
Just saying.
I do dishes when I have them. I was in there doing dishes and drying them with Zach earlier.
Okay, well, I'm just saying what I heard.
From who? Mike?
No, I don't even remember. It's probably like, I don't know. I don't know. There's many people are talking constantly all the time. When Zach was out here with Zach yesterday, and he was going off about you. And he's like, I don't like her at all, and and I'm sitting out here, and if you hear this is what I've been telling people, is that I go, everybody's like basically the same thing as Carol. You're in one side alliance. You'll never vote against her. You'll never put her up. Blah blah blah. And I'm sitting here going, well, yeah, of course that's true, but I'm not going to go out of my way and do anything to stop if somebody else makes a move. So, hello.